Hello, and welcome to my video number 7. And today we are going to speak about the network licensing model. Um, it has multiple names, so network licensing model, concurrent licensing model, um, floating license model, and typically depends on the vendor and the community that is using the license. So let's start and make sure we understand how it works. So when you buy the software from um, the vendor will also provide a license server. License server is on Linux, Unix. It's implemented as a daemon. On Windows, a service, and it's a small software, and it will use a file, license file. The license file contains the entitlement of the customer. It says what the customer can use, and it's encrypted. So it contains an encrypted code that says how many features the customer can use. The next step after we install the license server, we need to install software, and it can be a server software or a client software. So if it's a client software, I can install it on any number of workstations. And the last thing we need to do is we need to tell the end user installation on the workstation where is the license server. So we typically set it on the computer registry on Windows, or typically on a text file located very specific location. Um, and that's all. When we start the software, we actually start the license consumption cycle as we described in the previous video. So what happens is that the software, the client software, goes to the license server and requests the license. In the license pool, there are licenses waiting there. And then from the point of view of the license server, a license goes out. This is the out action. And it goes to the software, and the software can activate itself. After the user on the end user workstation closes the software, the license goes back into the license pool, and this is the in action, returning the license. So it's quite simple, and so let's say we own 10 licenses of a specific feature, and 10 people already consumed the licenses. The 11th user, when he starts the software, he will get the license denied. This is because there are no available licenses. So this is the most simple way to describe this model. Of course, it's more sophisticated and there are many different options. But as a simple view, it's this is what we do. Now, the question is whether this is okay from the point of view of a customer, and I personally was a customer of this model for many years. So I loved it. It's easy to manage relatively, and you get a good control, a good understanding of who is using. And if you use it efficiently and you make sure that when you don't use the software, release the license back to the license pool, it can also be very economical license. So many people can use the same license during a working day. And that's a huge benefit. Also think about compliance. So we know the license model of software like, I don't know, Office until recently, at least, based on a contract. So as a customer, you can install anywhere, but you are committed to be compliant with the licensing, and it's not easy. So sometimes someone installs and you didn't know, and then an audit comes and you might be charged for it, and that's a problem. But with the engineering, with the network license model, you feel that, okay, the burden was taken from you to the license server. So you say, okay, I installed it, I'm using according to the limitation as applied by the license server, which is great in terms of compliance. It's good for the vendor. So the vendor knows that you're using according to what you purchased. And for the customer, it's like, okay, I'm not responsible. I use the license server that you provided, and I'm okay. It's not always like that. There are cases where there are contractual limitation based on the contract, but are not applied or are not applied by the license manager. So the license manager is not keeping me safe. It might, just to mention, okay, it might be geographical limitation on consuming the licenses. Sometimes when the model is more complex, it's about when you can change things every 30 days and so on. So you are still responsible and need to think about possible audit. Maybe a downside for the customer that don't intend to make sure that users are using the licenses efficiently is that he might pay more money and not enjoy the benefits of the engineering license model. And in that case, maybe a named license is more efficient. You also need to be capable and able to manage the installation, to make sure you update the license server from time to time and so on. Most customers do it by their own, but not everyone. And we also provide these services to install, to maintain, to keep it updated, and so on for customers. So it's already almost 10 minutes. So we'll close here. And in the next few videos, we'll talk about the maybe different types of licensing model that are also mostly based on the network license model. I see that we have a guest here in our live. Hello, Andre. It's already the end, so thank you for joining today. And if anyone of you would like to comment, say something about my video, definitely welcome to send me an email or to chat here. And yes, it's a real-time tracking of the license usage. We do it. It's not real-time. It's almost real-time because we track the usage based on interfaces provided by the license manager. So it's basically the license output, which we query every few seconds. So it's like usually 60 seconds, and monitoring of the log files created by the license manager. So it's not real time, it's close to real time. And thank you for the question, and thank you for joining in today. So okay, so let's take it offline because I don't understand the second question. Thank you and wish everyone a good day.